And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Let's stay focused on Capitol Hill at the moment. A live picture there. Over Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, we have an update on the Pennsylvania Senate recount and some news on the Senate race itself. Remember, the Associated Press called this race for Dave McCormick, the Republican there, who was facing off against longtime Democratic incumbent Bob Casey. Bob Casey had not conceded the race to McCormick until now. Back out live there to Philadelphia. Bob Casey has conceded the race now to Dave McCormick in the Pennsylvania Senate race. His campaign put out a video of his concession speech. Let's watch.
McCormick to congratulate him on his election to represent Pennsylvania in the United States Senate. As the first count of ballots is completed, Pennsylvanians can move forward with the knowledge that their voices were heard, whether their vote was the first to be counted or the last. This race was one of the closest in our Commonwealth's history, decided by less than a quarter of a point. I'm grateful to the thousands of people who worked to make sure that every eligible vote cast could be counted, including election officials in all 67 counties. When a Pennsylvanian takes the time to cast a legal vote, often waiting in long lines and taking time away from their work and family, they deserve to know that their vote will count. That's democracy. I'm proud of the work we've done since Election Day to enfranchise voters across the state, no matter whom they voted for, and to ensure that the democratic process could unfold. In just a few days, we built an organization of 350 staff across the state, joined by more than 1,000 volunteers who helped more than 6,000 Pennsylvania voters make a plan to fix small issues with their ballot so their vote would be counted. From the 100-year-old woman in Butler County who voted in every election since she was eligible, to the 19-year-old in Montgomery County who cast her ballot for the very first time, we made sure those voices were heard. And we stood up against efforts to silence and disenfranchise voters in every corner of the Commonwealth. Thanks to our work in the courts, nearly 1,000 eligible voters in Philadelphia will have their votes counted, despite efforts to throw them out. This work mattered, and I'm grateful to the many people who helped with this effort. As you know, no public official serves alone, and I've been blessed by the love and support of my wife, Therese, and our daughters, Elise, Caroline, Julia, and Marina, all these years. I especially want to thank my campaign manager, Tiernan Donahue, our campaign staff, and our supporters for all the work they did to help my 2024 campaign, and all those who worked on and supported my previous campaigns over the years. I also want to thank my current Senate staff, led by my Chief of Staff, Kristen Gentile, for their exemplary public service to the people of our Commonwealth, and all the previous staff who served with me dating back to 2007. But most of all, I want to thank the people of Pennsylvania for granting me the privilege of serving them for 28 consecutive years in public office as Auditor General, State Treasurer, and United States Senator. Every day I served in public office, I fought for Pennsylvania workers, our children, seniors, people with disabilities, and our veterans. During that time, I've been guided by an inscription on the Finance Building in Harrisburg. Quote, "All public service is a trust given in faith and accepted in honor." Thank you for the trust you've placed in me for all these years. It's been the honor of my lifetime.
All right, there you have it. More than 2 weeks after Election Day, Senator Bob Casey, the Democrat, the incumbent who lost re-election, conceding the race to his Republican challenger, Dave McCormick, Senator-elect McCormick. McCormick also weighing on social media after Casey called him, saying Senator Bob Casey dedicated his career to bettering our Commonwealth. Dina and I want to extend our sincere gratitude to Senator Casey, Therese, and their family for their decades of service, hard work, and personal sacrifice. He says, I'm so honored to represent every single citizen in Pennsylvania in the United States Senate, and we'll fight for you every day. Thank you. We also have an update from the Pennsylvania Department of State. Remember, the recount is still ongoing. They say as of 5 p.m. today, Pennsylvania's counties have completed their initial count of all votes cast, with the exception of ballots under challenge. This is a major step that marks the end of counties' initial counting processes and signals that counties begin preparing their results for official certification. Thousands of election professionals have been working tirelessly since November 5th to ensure every eligible vote cast by a registered voter is counted accurately. All of Pennsylvania's election officials deserve our thanks, as well as our continued support while they complete their duties with integrity. So wanted to put that in there as well.